Hello everyone, I'm Rudrani and welcome to Speak Easy. My guest today is super special, someone that I'm very, very fond of and I'm known for years because of the person that he is. He's kind, he's compassionate and he's so hardworking that today we celebrate 10 years of his journey.
Wow.
Wow, Sidharth, why does it feel like together? Because we almost were together at the time. We started our journey.
Before iska kuch.
Before iska. Yeah.
No, but that's very sweet. Correct. Absolutely. We I just realized the same crew जो यहाँ पे है, they had come to my house in Bandra that time for a very initial stage and journey, and I think I was shooting Hasi To Pasi at that time.
No. You must have been shooting,
but
it was after. तब तक कुछ रिलीज नहीं हुआ था.
कुछ रिलीज नहीं हुआ था. I was just started shooting and Student was the only one, and we had a full long day and so much conversation at that time.
We spent a whole day with Sidharth.
Correct.
खातिरदारी में Sidharth mahir hai. He fed the whole crew. The most amazing is the chef still with you?
Yes. I'm
going to one day drop by.
Listen,
you have not invited me after that
please.
scrumptious lunch.
Correct.
फिर बहुत बड़े star हो गए. बहुत बड़े.
I would feel you'd be surprised if you still come to my house. It'd be the same. It'd be the same.
Same, no?
It'd be the same vibe, same experience.
Yeah, that I believe.
That's why I feel like you're right. It feels like everyone's been a part of this 10 years.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel like 10 years, but it's surreal. I think this business is such that it doesn't let you. कभी-कभी time का समझ नहीं आता because you're so consumed by different things. एक release से दूसरी release, एक shooting से दूसरी shooting. So you don't realize कि हाँ लग रहे थे constant. So कभी-कभी जो वो समय मे बी किसी और प्रोफेशन में लगता है कि यार अच्छा एक हफ्ता हो गया, 2 महीने हो गए, 2 साल हो गए. हमारी फिल्म इंडस्ट्री में मुझे तो नहीं लगता कि यार इतना टाइम मुझे महसूस होता है because that also is a good thing because it keeps the fire alive. It keeps you wanting to work more and harder and so much more to achieve. I still feel like that same kid here.
है ना?
Yeah, same
the
kid.
The one who came with like food big dreams in the eyes.
Correct. Exactly the same. कुछ मतलब खास बदला नहीं.
I just want to mention before we get more deep into this conversation that I'm sorry and I will also truly miss Oscar. मैंने काफी उसी दिन जब हम आपके साथ थे, we spent so much time and absolutely adorable. In fact, posed better than any actor I have ever seen. Legit.
Yeah, no, he's
like
been.
You said jump and he gave the best poses ever. So.
Yeah, Oscar has been a part of my journey from right before Student of the Year till last year. So around good, lovely years that I've spent, and I'm an animal lover myself. So but it's sad that our lifespan and their lifespan don't match up. So, but I'm happy. Thank you.
I'm sure he's at peace.
Yes, thank you.
On that note, since we talk about 10 years, in the beginning when Sidharth came in, there was so much conjecture about definitely not an outsider because of his surname. You remember that?
Yeah.
People thought he was Manish Malhotra cousin, या तो Karan Johar से कहीं related, somebody because how can someone who's like with Alia Bhatt and Varun Dhawan be not related? So Sidharth had to actually explain to people a lot that honestly I have actually struggled to be where it is. I think a lot of people still believe that. कि ये तो Karan Johar की छत्र छाया whatever. But that did happen, isn't it, Sidharth? It was very difficult for people to believe that for a while.
Absolutely, because of the lot in the group that I was launched in.
Yeah.
So when everybody has a last name which they could connect to, the moment they could not connect my last name, so फिर सवाल आते हैं, questions आते हैं, theories आती हैं.
It must have been annoying also after a point.
Correct, because I feel like कि फिर उस time पे तो चलो I didn't have such a voice to really say things because I wanted my films to come out, and I think nothing speaks more than just your body of work. But absolutely there was a conjecture कि आप मनीष मल्होत्रा के nephew हैं या आप किसी और के रिश्तेदार होंगे या कहीं से आपके parents ने funding करी है इस चीज़ में, बहुत सारी चीज़ें थी. And people like to make up stories. I think because the moment you break the mold, if you come from somewhere which is not the most typical way, they like to make up that story and make sense in their head. So definitely a lot of, it took many years. It took many years for that to break and believe that. To believe that you were actually a complete outsider. Correct, complete outsider, that there was no connection in the film industry. I was, I had come for another film. I was assisting, then I auditioned. And people could not just believe that यार कि अच्छा इसमें किसी को कुछ spark दिखा, talent दिखा और उसकी वजह से आया. I think that also speaks a lot about what people are tuned to thinking. you know कि maybe only this is the only
Only
way.
a star could get a
Correct.
chance
This is the
like
only
that.
way to get a launch.
Those very
Which
few
is sad,
opportunities.
right? Which is sad. कि
It's
एक ही
sad.
वो नजरिया है. So I'm hoping that you know people who are watching to realize that I'm an example, and there are many other in now recent times also who've come from no background, no backing, and you know have auditioned and struggled their way into the movie business and now doing really well.
That you were apparently supposed to be launched in fashion, in Priyanka Chopra's fashion, is what they said it was
They've
going to happen. But you had a contract with Glad Rags at the time because of which you couldn't take it up. Am I right about that?
No. So actually, this fact has come out because I think they're confusing some
Two
two
things?
different projects. So I was not doing fashion. Was not the film that I came in to do. I was 21, 22 at that time. I had come in around 15 years ago, and it was a film by Ad Labs and Anubhav Sinha. Was supposed to make an action film.
Okay.
And which I had come in from Bombay, and you know they said कि चलो done. मेरे 2 राउंड ऑडिशन के हुए, पहले दिल्ली में हुआ, फिर बॉम्बे में हुआ, फिर वापस आया, फिर वापस बॉम्बे गया, एक और लुक टेस्ट हुआ, and then there was like कि चलो we'll you know launch you and train you in that. And that was the only actually thing that I had done before, you know, to face the camera and to know what movie making is. So that is the only thing. There was no audition for. Anubhav Sinha was making an action film which I was training for as an actor, physically as well. और फिर वो film for various reasons नहीं बनी. और फिर वहाँ से assisting में शुरू हुआ. So I did not get into any other opportunity. I had no other contract. So this I think is a Wikipedia file where anybody can write.
Yeah.
So that's not true. It's not completely
Not
true.
in Wikipedia. A lot of
Achha.
legit websites.
Oh, ऐसा है? No.
I-
Better. Hopefully, people after this will correct it.
Yeah. It was not fashion, but
It was not fashion. There was no other contract. It was a film with
So that
Ad
was
Labs and Anubhav Sinha, and it taught me a lot in prepping a film. It was my first experience prepping with other actors and for a film, and it was also first experience. And there are no guarantees in this business.
कि होगा कि नहीं
कि होगा कि नहीं होगा. And
I know people जो सालों साल
Wait
they
कर
work
रहे
for 3-4 years.
Correct.
And then they
Correct.
come to know see यार अभी and movies been shot but it could not be.
Correct. So, and various people don't realize that either at a shooting level, you don't know if your initial films with different budgets will finish shooting or not. And if they finish shooting, you don't know if they might get a release date or not. So it absolutely, it had obstacles I didn't know. And it was more difficult when I left that project because it was 8 months into it or about 10 months. And I said, kuch nahi ho raha, you know, when you're so young and fiery, you want to make use of your time. Can I do? Because they restricted me from doing auditions anywhere else or, you know, do anything else at all. So I was under a contract, but not the contract that you're saying about Glad Rags. So I think that experience has taught me that you cannot take anything for granted.
कुछ भी कभी बदल सकता है.
हाँ, so मैं वो उसको genuinely उस experience को लेके चलता हूँ यार कि कोई guarantee नहीं है. आप आज भी film कर रहे हो, कब like pandemic hit us, you know, Shershaah was supposed to come in the theaters and you know we had to wait for so long for it to come out afterwards. So I think that always stays with you. It keeps you grounded, it keeps you leveled, and you have to work at what you have at present. And ना इतने ख्याली पुलाव बनाओ future के बारे में या ना you keep brooding about the past. Because that's what I think struggle teaches you. I think struggle is the only thing that makes you realize यार कि you know the importance of whatever work that you get. You need to show respect and do it with honesty. Otherwise, you might not have it tomorrow.
So I want to know, were you ever in that situation कि like what do I do from here? Can I take it more?
Yes, definitely. सब लोग जो बाहर से किसी और शहर से एक नए शहर में आते हैं to pursue something which is completely alien to their family, they're anyways coming with that attitude, prejudice attitude कि घर वाले बोल रहे हैं कि नहीं होगा या they'll put a lot of fear कि कैसे होगा.
और film business सही नहीं है.
हाँ, how will it happen? Who's making it? How will you manage? What will you do all this thing? तो आप उस pressure से ही आते हो कि यार अब तो मेरे को प्रूव करना है कि यार घर वालों को मैं बोल के आया हूँ कि मेरे को एक्टर बनना है, मेरे को फिल्म मिल रही है और आई विल हैव टू डू इट. और फिर जब यू नो आपको समझ आता है कि बम्बई में घर लेना मुश्किल है, रहना, खाना पीना, उठना बैठना. Bombay is a very expensive city to live in.
Very.
And if you do not know where your next paycheck is, auditions don't pay.
Yeah.
You know, auditions don't pay, struggling doesn't pay at all. So definitely there, I was a little lost at that time. I think, but that because you're you know always कहीं आप ढूंढ रहे हो कि how do you tell your family or how do you grow in life. My key was, I think that helped me question कि how do I improve my skills. You know, I've only been talking about being an actor, but I have no first-hand experience about it because कोई audition मिला नहीं था.
बिल्कुल.
And I think thanks to that, the assistant direction कीड़ा came in कि चलो बतौर एक्टर नहीं कैमरा फेस कर रहा, बट अगर मैं असिस्टिंग के जॉब के लिए अप्लाई करना शुरू कर दूँ तो आई विल गेट टू लर्न सो मच अबाउट कि एक सेट क्या होता है, फिल्म कैसे बनती है, और एग्जैक्टली वही हुआ. You know, जो मैंने तकरीबन 2 साल बिताए माय नेम इज़ खान में, इन प्री प्रोडक्शन, शूटिंग एंड पोस्ट प्रोडक्शन, एंड दोस्ताना वाज still a smaller bit, but that was the best film school, you know, I could go to because
And that's
वो
why
experience.
You met Karan right before that, right?
Yeah, correct. In that thing, and then when I entered the team of My Name Is Khan, is where obviously, you know, interaction increased, and then he knew that you know, Varun also came, and then he knew Varun wants to be an actor, I want to be an actor. तो आई थिंक उस हम लोग 7 और 8 असिस्टेंट्स थे. तो ही ऑब्वियसली, यू नो, ही नोज ये 2 ही हैं जिनके कीड़ा है, एंड वी यूज्ड टू डू डिफरेंट थिंग्स, एंड वी यूज्ड टू स्टैंड इन फ्रेम फॉर एक्टर्स. करेक्ट फुल आई वाज क्लैप दे रहे हो आप, बैकग्राउंड को इंस्ट्रक्ट करते थे. आई वाज आफ्टर अ पॉइंट देन इंस्ट्रक्टिंग. जैसे अगर आप यहाँ बात कर रहे हैं तो पीछे कोई एक्टर्स अगर चल रहे हैं तो उनको इंस्ट्रक्ट करने का काम मेरा था, which was great, and you know, they used to observe that. I used to get to learn so much from it. So I think it all happens for a reason. So my struggle also made me think and jump into assistant directions for a reason, that I had to learn about filmmaking. I had to go through this route and audition for it.
ऐसा कौन सा moment था which you now you think about it, you're like, that was like kind of the moment that I really had to calm myself down and say I'll be okay.
I think that when I had come for this particular film at 21, which I trained for 8 months and 10 months, and I realized कि ये नहीं बनने वाली है film. That conscious decision to go up to those people and producers and tech people involved, say कि I'm sorry, you know, because there was some money exchanged at that time, and I said मेरे पास तो नहीं है, you know, I don't have that funds to give you in return, but I know कि film नहीं हो रही है, and you want to keep me bound for some other film, but I don't want to because I want to go on my own way. And there was a little tussle there, there was a little argument there to have. Nobody's happy to, you know, have a nobody, you know, tell them anything what to do.
But for someone like you,
वही ना, तब तो कौन था? We were nobodies.
You were nobody, absolutely.
So then to have that conversation and then leave that setup of the, you know, the house that I was renting was thanks to that funds were coming in, and to leave from that setup was
you
a
had
phase.
To leave the house as well.
Correct. To leave the
Bekar,
house
literally.
from that sense. Yeah, Bekar, but I had luckily I had some Delhi ka friend, uska 1 BHK tha, so he lent me his house to let me stay in with him for at least 2-3 weeks.
Can you imagine not knowing, like, you don't have your own house?
Absolutely. We've had you know, that phase was literally एक बड़ा सा suitcase था मेरे पास सिर्फ, and उसको लेकर आप बोलते हो कि I don't believe in this, I'm not going to be waiting for this film to happen, and I want to go on my own journey, and even though आप contractually bound हो, but मैं किसके लिए रुकूं यहाँ पे? I don't believe in the project anymore. And that was a phase कि, you know, it was in Malad East, a new building had come up, and he was renting 1 BHK at that time, and very sweet of him to let me stay with him for about a month till I figure out my life. यार कि बॉम्बे में घर ढूंढने के लिए भी फिर और बजट करने के लिए भी बहुत टाइम लगता है उसमें,
और फिर सिंगल लड़कों को नहीं मिलता है, सिंगल लड़कियों को नहीं मिलता है.
हाँ, अच्छा, वो भी क्राइटेरियाज हैं कि यार अच्छा आज बिजनेस से हो,
आप फिल्म लाइन से हो, सिंगल हो,
तो बहुत चीज़ें हैं यहाँ पे. You know, Mumbai has a way of testing you in various ways. So I would definitely say that phase challenged me in many ways because which were beyond my control. I could not suddenly produce you know, security, money, job, जो लोग मुझसे पूछते थे, and I could not live indefinitely with my friend.
But you didn't go to your parents for money. You didn't want to do that.
I didn't go to my parents for money at that time because even there the vibe and conversation that time was कि if you come back home, then you come back home for good. तो वो भी बहुत होता है जब लोग शहर छोड़ के आते हैं ना कि अब आ रहे हो तो फिर then you know as a youngster यार if I go there तो फिर वापस आने को शायद नहीं मिलेगा chance. You know, so you don't want to let go of that opportunity and you want to stretch it out till you can. And at that time I was lucky to, you know, bag a photo shoot for a clothing brand. I think उस ज़माने में Color Plus था, या there was one more.
Pantaloons also you did?
Pantaloons and Color Plus, yes. So but still dancing, so that was like a saving grace for me. यार photo shoot करना है, चलो I am ready, कहाँ आना है, क्या करना है, and पैसा negotiate किया, and we came in, and that gave me some leeway in months, and then you know how things snowball. थोड़ा पैसा आता है, confidence आता है, then you know you can be relaxed, and फिर आप next paycheck के लिए करते हो. So definitely that phase really tests me mentally, and how do you control it? You can't just suddenly present money, na?
You can't.
तो वो जो पैसे के लिए जो मेहनत करनी पड़ती है वो आपको जो टेस्ट करता है बम्बई जैसा शहर,
You have to decide what you're going to eat, plan your meals for the day.
बहुत कुछ सिखाता है, बहुत कुछ सिखाता है. आप किसी और के घर पे आप जब आप कंट्रीब्यूट नहीं कर रहे हो रेंट पे, और वो भी दोस्त ऐसी पोजीशन पे नहीं था कि वो मुझे बहुत ही कंफर्टेबल चीज़ रख पाए, तो आप कॉन्शियस भी होते हो किसी और के घर पे. यू डोंट वांट टू बी रूड, यू वांट टू कंट्रीब्यूट बट यू कांट. सो बहुत चीज़ें होती हैं, एंड आई थिंक लाइफ इज़ been great and taught me so many things, and I feel now grateful for all the positions that I have, because
for the life you worked very hard, and I'm very proud of you.
Yes, so thank you.
That is why I feel like you'll never forget, because you really value what's come to you.
Absolutely. नहीं, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. अभी जैसे जितने बड़े शायद मेरे अगर किसी के कमरे में जाते हो उतने मैं 2 लोग रहते थे. आज हमारा वो एक बेडरूम है उस साइज़ का. या आप तो यू फील ग्रेटफुल यार कि लाइफ इज़ वेरी फनी दैट जो चीज़ आप उस टाइम पे आप इमेजिन नहीं करते हो, आप उस सब यही ख्वाहिश थी कि एक बेडरूम मिल जाए. नाउ यू स्टे इन मेनी मोर बेडरूम्स इन अ हाउस. तो अब नेचुरल लगता है, वो चीज़ें पॉसिबल लगती हैं, वो चीज़ें का डर नहीं है. डर अलग चीज़ों का है. बट आई थिंक इट डज जेन्युइनली कीप द रिस्पेक्ट अप एंड कीप यू ग्राउंडेड and has interesting memories to talk about.
And that is why I think both of us really like and respect Mr. Shah Rukh Khan.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it shows in his personality even today. I can say it not now as an actor, even when I was an assistant director. I have respect for him because I was very nervous कि उनके सामने clap दे रहा हूँ. And वहाँ पे जाना तो शाहरुख सर हैं फ्रेम में, and तो ready sir, क्या? मैंने कहा सर ready. कभी कभी आवाज़ नहीं आती, आपको कुछ चाहिए सर, आपको ये चाहिए. We were shooting in various locations and my name is Khan. And he has that amazing humble streak where he would talk to you. And he knows that I wanted to be an actor, so he would have those conversations, because I think he's stemmed from that struggle, and he's a prime example. He's reached heights that no other Indian has over the years, and is a great inspiration for मतलब हम लोग भी सपने लेके आए थे कि यार शाहरुख सर ने किया.
बिल्कुल. Everybody wants that. Every outsider has that.
Correct.
Will be a
Correct.
Shah Rukh.
Every outsider has that. Absolutely.
But you became a Sidharth Malhotra, and that's the best part, Sidharth. You have your own identity. You of course eventually made your own space. You did films. You had your songs were blockbustered, and you created your own fandom. But there was this thing. They used to always say, Sidharth is so good looking. Sidharth is this. You tried a lot of different. Like, I love Hasi to Fasi. And you tried a lot of different things in between. But they were like, oh, but he's very good looking, but where's the acting? And you would always question. And then I remember both of us discussing. And you were like, if they don't give me opportunities and they don't see me beyond my looks, how do I show it to them? Tell me about that.
Absolutely. I think when someone enjoys one aspect of your physicality, which is anyways there, which I'm standing in frame, या जो भी आप कर रहे हो, and then they fail to go deeper inside, whether it's seeing what the eyes are trying to say or what the character is trying to say. I never thought that it will be an obstacle in that sense, because we're in the movie business, and it's the business of looking good and selling dreams. But I think over the years, you've come to realize that there is also, I think certain stories lend itself to you to connect with more. Not only an actor can really contribute to a film completely. So I think Shershaah came as a blessing. Shershaah came as a film which has such varied emotions, which I've had messages from people who didn't find or they found such I would say a more polished version of performance that they haven't seen in the previous film, which was definitely the intention. उसी के लिए मेहनत कर रहे थे कि यार कि किसी की life story बता रहे हो तो you are more responsible for it, and you better not screw that up. So Shershaah came there as a blessing. It kind of breaks that mold, because it doesn't have...
The ones who didn't believe in you messaged and called you, didn't they?
Yes, it was that's true. Shershaah doesn't have even one glamorous shot.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Shershaah is just a real gritty film about this real life hero, and it doesn't portray on that. So I think it's something that has been broken. Now people can see me in that light, and which is what an actor pursues to be. But I've seen jhalaks of that in the past also. Like maybe I've got love for, say, Kapoor and Sons, playing this regular boy.
And even Hasi to Fasi has its own different people who really appreciate and who understand the film.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, say even in a commercial sense, Ek Villain, which had a brooding character, which came through that. So I think ups and downs is the key. I had to go through the downs to enjoy the ups. Absolutely. I think the stubbornness in me, or the slightly stubborn Delhi boy who would want to prove things wrong and say otherwise, also makes me choose different films at times.
Yeah.
कि अच्छा ये नहीं कर सकते, I want to try this. I want to try this thing, and I think it's no different. Like thank God today is no different from very different from Shershaah. It's a different zone, different tonality.
And you have never done this commercial comedy ever.
Correct.
Because they
it's
also never
bleeding.
saw you in that, right?
Correct.
Acha, he's like good-looking Punjabi munda,
Correct.
romantic hero.
Correct.
It took a while for you to break that and get a film like this also,
Absolutely.
right?
I think when Inder Kumarji and the writers narrated the film to me couple of years ago, pre-pandemic, I thought it was a perfect mix of this family entertainer and then something that leaves you with a lovely message in the end of it. And this is the kind which I always wanted to do. Ki, if I'm, diving into this, zone, it would have to mean something by the end of it. It doesn't have to be so frivolous. And that's what I can assure that thank God is that it's. I keep calling a fam-com. So it's a family comedy because it's got things for small things about what we do in today's day and age, unknowingly actions, jo karma hum kehte hain. It's based on karma in that some sense. In a fun way that we realize that okay, I have to be a little conscious of what our steps I've taken, and it would hopefully entertain the family. It is a clean comedy, and then leave them with a little warmer, sense of a warm heart by the end of it. So that's the attempt, and I'm looking forward to people to watching it on this Diwali now.
What a big deal it was for you to get a Rohit Shetty.
Oh yes, absolutely.
And that because Mr. Rohit Shetty,
Yes.
and in his true own
Yes.
right, works with stars,
Correct.
superstars. हाँ तो सच है.
Correct. बिल्कुल.
So this kind of validated also, which we all knew he already is. It's true. Am I lying, Sidharth?
No. I think I have always admired his work,
Yeah.
and nobody presents Hindi film heroes better than Mr. Rohit Shetty. And and it's been a great experience working with him and his team.
Yeah.
On Indian Police Force for Amazon, and it feels that we need more of such directors who bring out that tonality, because at heart we all want to see slight characters who are inspiring us and who are fighting for the right cause, and that's what he believes in as well. And I'm really enjoying this. Is the first time I'm wearing a police uniform. And
Thank God वाला police character थोड़ा ऐसे हिला हुआ लग रहा है मुझे.
वो तो
I don't want to go there.
That is the correct. वहाँ तो that is not a prime example.
बेचारा.
वो अगर पहले आती से Indian Police Force नहीं बनती फिर शायद. Luckily we shot that first, and now Indian Police Force has happened and he's not seen it, and it's all in fun and games. But I've had so much fun. We're still shooting Indian Police Force with Mr. Rohit Shetty, and I think he's one of the best directors that we have. To entertain the audience and with a particular tonality. Even he makes a family action film, and which is what I like. I think that is what India is all about. Our culture has a little community watching all the time. If not family, then we have friends with us. We are more community watchers. We are not like the West, जो अकेले लोग जाएंगे यार. शायद जाते हैं, but not so many.
Correct.
So I think for that we need that tonality to back. Be it Thank God, or be it what we're trying to do with Indian Police Force. Mission Majnu is a spy drama that we're coming up with, hopefully in the next order.
Rashmika and you, it'll be fun.
Rashmika, yes, it is.
बहुत खिलाया आपने, मैंने सुना है.
Rashmika को बहुत correct. We were shooting in Lucknow, but she's a fitness freak, so it's very difficult to cheat, make her cheat from her diet. She's very disciplined again.
I want to say your fans are the most non-toxic,
Yeah?
seriously sweet
So
people.
sweet.
I'm not
I
kidding.
read that also. Correct.
I'm not kidding. They're the most non-toxic people. Otherwise,
Good,
oof,
na? So they're reflecting.
they
they're
reflect
reflection
you.
of me. Yeah.
And
I love them also.
And they
I
stand
was
up.
so
They
blessed.
stand up for things that are wrong. I don't see other fan groups doing that. So fully
Yeah.
vocal,
I'm
very
really blessed to
morally
have them
attuned.
and more
your
power
fan
to
groups
them.
are really sweet.
I'm happy to hear that. So sweet. I love them as well, and
Very
I keep
sweet.
trying to meet them whenever I get the time.
तो उनके लिए मुझे ये 100% पूछना पड़ेगा. You very nicely dodged all राते लंबिया questions with Kiara.
अच्छा.
But how is it? Tell me. The fans are very sure. Every time you all put a video together of doing Raate Lambiya, they're like शादी पक्की, and it is hilarious. When you two came together, I think they went mad. They're like, listen, I saw a little tweet on Twitter where someone has done some jasusi of seeing a photo of Kiara in a balcony and a house piche, and then you doing workout in the same balcony and a house piche. I'm going to send you this
Oh,
on
really?
WhatsApp.
Wow, I'm not aware of
and
that.
they're like, ये वही घर है और वो लोग दोनों साथ थे Sidharth. So I mean, they have proof.
अरे वाह.
But it's.
No,
I
I
hope
can't
you're
lie.
happy in the relationship with Kiara. Number one. And शादी वादी को पता नहीं अब तो career है, so I'm sure whatever.
Correct. See, as and when it's very difficult to keep
But you're happy
things
with Kiara?
a secret in today's day and age. It's very difficult to keep things a secret. I think jo kuch bhi hoga, if any big move like that happens in my life, it is bound to be spoken about.
Yeah.
So as and when things happen with whoever it happens, we'll see.
I love Ki and I love you. And
Chalo,
you're great together.
Good to know that. Good to know
Of course.
that. Correct. Good to know that.
She knows that. You
Yeah.
know that.
Okay, great.
And very
I'm
happy.
happy.
Unlike Karan, we are not expecting an invite at all. But nicely dodged in coffee, yeah? How
Nicely,
did you
I think
dodge
no,
it?
it's still there. Nicely dodged, matlab it's a
मतलब एक बार बोल
Trying,
दिया हाँ
correct.
होगा पर निकाल ही लिया. But anyway,
no,
on that
trying,
note,
still there.
on that note, it's a great time for her. It's a great time for you,
Yeah.
and both professionally for both Kiara and you also. It's a great time. So I'm very proud of the two of you.
Chalo, thank you.
And
Thank you.
देखा मैंने पूछ लिया. There it is. I have asked him.
क्या
And
क्या छुपाने के लिए कुछ नहीं है, लोगों को सब पता चल जाएगा.
बताएंगे when it
जब और कहाँ और किसके साथ.
खुश तो है.
देखो.
क्या
मैं अभी खुश होगी तभी. Thank God release हो रही है. दिवाली का मौसम आ रहा है. I'm coming with. I'm very
Nora
happy
के
for
साथ dance
25th
कर रहे हो.
October. Yes, our money के move.
Money ke move.
Yes.
That's gone viral. All right. On that note, your team is going to kill me, but I think Sidharth के साथ हमारी बातें कभी खत्म नहीं हो सकती. The first
I know.
segment, one question, we took 10 minutes.
I know. It was lovely.
Which is what I'm going to I'm going to stop it here. We'll do a part 2 of it. With
Yes,
Sidharth.
correct. We
But
have to.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You know, I'm really, really proud of your journey.
So sweet. Thank you.
Along with everybody else, I think you're an inspiration today. And I hope Shershaah is not going to be just that stop of you getting
absolutely.
these films like
We
that,
have
because
to.
big and better.
Have to work harder to have many more such experiences, and thank you. You literally, like I've seen you from day one of interviews.
Yeah,
and
we
done
actually
it at the
started
house.
together.
Correct. So it feels like everyone's a part of this journey. We're all working for this one big amazing movie business. So thank you so much for saying such kind words, and it helps when it feels great to have people like you to come and interact with.
Always.
Yeah, thank
Sending
you.
you so much love, Sid.
Thank you so much, and receiving all that love. Thank you.
Thank you once
Thank
again.
you.
Thank you so much.